Rubio's visit the Vatican. Trump warns Pope Leo on his Iranian stance, and this is what happened behind closed doors.
Rubio, Brazilian Secretary of State Marco Rubio is going to meet with the Pope tomorrow. What message do you hope he delivers to the Holy Father?
Well, I can tell you this, that as far as the Pope is concerned, and it's very simple, whether I make him happy or I don't make him happy, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And he seemed to be saying that they can, and I say they cannot. Because if that happened, the entire world would be hostage, and we're not going to let that happen. That's my only message. Okay? So they're going to go out now, and they're going to have some great pictures taken, and we'll see you guys on June 14th. But I know, in your case, we're going to see a lot more. We'll see you probably tomorrow.
President Donald Trump recently sent Secretary of State Marco Rubio to the Vatican City amid growing tension between the White House and Pope Leo XIV over the Iran war. Report says the meeting focused heavily on peace, nuclear fears, and diplomacy. As the Iranian war continues to shake the world, Pope Leo stands firmly against violence, while Trump accused the Vatican of being too soft on Tehran. Now the world is asking, did Rubio succeed in calming tensions, or did the Pope send America a powerful message the White House never expected? Stay to the end, because what happens inside that private Vatican meeting may shape the future of America's relationship with the Catholic Church and even the Middle East conflict itself. Welcome to World Daily, where we give you daily information about world updates and global updates. Today we are talking about one of the most sensitive diplomatic meetings in recent history, Marco Rubio's high-profile visit to the Vatican after weeks of public tension between Pope and Donald Trump. The meeting came at a dangerous moment in global politics. The war involving Iran had already divided the world leaders, and Pope Leo openly called for peace and dialogue instead of military escalations. Pope, being a religious leader, has never supported the war on either side. He has always called for peace and has insisted that dialogue can be used to settle this. But Donald Trump is of the opinion that if Iran is being dialogued with, they will never surrender. They need a military force, they need a military push and tension, and they can never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. So this is the bone of contention. But before Rubio left for Rome, Trump accused the Pope of being too weak on Iran and even suggested that the Vatican position can endanger Christians and Catholics around the world. That statement shocked many people globally and created one of the biggest public clashes between the US president and the Vatican in recent years. So what exactly happened when Rubio finally arrived at the Vatican? What message did he carry from Trump, and how did the Pope respond? Let's all break it down. Days before Rubio's arrival in Rome, Trump publicly criticized Pope Leo over his anti-war comments concerning Iran. Trump claimed the Pope was being too soft and suggested that Iran could become more dangerous if world leaders failed to confront them aggressively. So he believed that there's going to be a confrontational method and approach, that Iran should not be handled softly like a baby. Iran should be pushed, right? And Iran should not be taken lightly, because if you take them lightly, it's going to be backfire. Because if you listen to a lot of things he say, he has called them a lot of names like lunatics, insane, crazy, and all of those stuff. So he's never believed that he's going to deal with them in a very subtle manner. Because imagine, like you say, that lazy, that insane people. So you don't even treat an insane people in the light where you aggressively deal with them, according to Trump, right? Rubio later defended Trump's remarks, saying the president's concern was mainly about protecting Christians and global security from the nuclear threat. Still, the damage has already been done. Across Europe and inside the Catholic Church, many leaders saw Trump's comment as disrespectful towards the Vatican. That's why Rubio's trip became extremely important. Many observers believe he was sent to repair relations before tension becomes even worse. Pope Leo has consistently spoken against the war. He's maintained the stance that the dialogue can be used to suppress anything. He warned that violence in the Middle East could create more suffering, more innocent death, and greater instability around the world, and it's already happening, and it's happening. The Pope rejected suggestions that he supported Iran having nuclear weapons. Instead, he called for diplomacy, negotiations, and humanitarian solutions. There is always a way to get around things without fighting it. There's always a way to get what you want by dialogue and compromise, and that is all the Pope has been saying all the while. According to reports, Pope Leo believes modern wars really meet the moral conditions of a just war. The Vatican repeatedly emphasized peace, dialogue, and protecting innocent civilians caught in the conflict. If you realize, or you have observed in the last few months, the most vulnerable are the women, children, and those that are not even involved in the war. Properties, life destroyed. That stance plays the Pope directly opposite some of the aggressive rhetoric coming from the Vatican. Coming from Washington. Rubio arrives at the Vatican. When Rubio arrived, the world watched closely. The meeting reportedly lasted over 2 hours and included discussions with Pope and top Vatican officials. Despite the tension, both sides described discussions as cordial. Rubio reportedly emphasized America's partners with the Holy See and discussed humanitarian concerns, peace effort, and religious freedom. But one symbolic moment captured global attention. The Pope gave Rubio an olive wood pen, a powerful symbol of peace. Rubio, in return, presented the Pope with a crystal football gift. Oh, wow. That is so nice. The Pope gave him an olive branch because he stands for peace, right? So the football now, right now, football is like war. Football is like nobody's going to surrender. You fight till you get a winner, right? So the Pope gives extends an olive arm of peace, while Rubio from the representing Washington gave a football gift. So I don't know, they still held their stance about what they believe, right? These are symbolic gifts anyway. Many people interpreted the Pope's olive branch as a subtle message to the Trump administration: choose peace over escalation. The outcome of the meeting. So did Rubio visit succeed? In many ways, yes. The Vatican and the United States Department both confirmed that the meeting helped reaffirm strong relationship between America and the Holy See. You know, Trump has said a lot of things, like, I want to apologize to the Pope. He says the wrong thing. I like his brother more than him because he's not firm on crime. He wants them to have a nuclear weapon and a lot of that. But Pope is saying, I don't want a nuclear weapon. I just want peace. Can we dialogue this out? Must we fight? Must we be aggressive? I don't want it to go that way. However, major disagreement still remains. Pope Leo did not back away from his anti-war stance. Trump also has not softened his criticism publicly. But Rubio's visits helped calm immediate tension and prevented a deeper diplomatic crisis between Washington and the Vatican. So while Trump is there talking, he's actually sent envoy to the Vatican to go and placate the Pope and also tell them that yes, we are strongly in support of the Christian world and the Vatican, but this is how we're going to do it. So it's a two-way thing, right? Analyst says the Vatican wants to continue acting as a global moral voice, pushing for peace, while the White House remains focused on security concerns involving Iran. For now, both sides appear willing to keep communication open with each holding on to their stance about what they want and how they want it to go. While the Vatican still maintains that you can get through this by peaceful negotiations, dialogue, and diplomacy, Trump is saying no, Iranian does not need this kind of approach. They need to have it militarily, they need to have it aggressively, they need to have it by war. So we are still watching and looking. This Vatican meeting was more than diplomacy. It became a global symbol of two powerful visions colliding: military pressure versus moral diplomacy, strength versus peace. And as the Iran conflict continues, the world will keep watching whether leaders choose confrontation or dialogue. What do you think? Was Pope Leo right to oppose the war openly, or was Trump justified to pushing for a stronger stance against Iran? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Global Information, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest international updates and political analysis. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again in my next video.